First of all, Mitch, facing New Mexico, I remember after the first time you guys faced them in late June, you said there was going to be a bit of a score to settle, and then the way that the USL Cup match went, you probably kind of feel the same way. Is it the same kind of feeling of wanting revenge? Is it amplified now? How's the feeling there?
Yeah, always. I mean, New Mexico's a great team. We've lost twice to them, even though Pens were just kind of for show, and we moved on at that point. It still comes up as a L on the record sheet, which we never like, but we want to win every game. So the tenacity, the energy, and the intent that we have going into this game is going to be the same as every week.
And like you mentioned, those games didn't go the way you wanted, conceding two late goals in both of them, really, in stoppage time. Is that something that maybe you kind of talk to the guys and, that's been a little more emphasized this week is, hey, they've burnt us in stoppage time with late goals before. We really need to keep an eye out for that this time.
Yeah, absolutely. The first one we got the red card in the 90th minute. We just kind of fell apart. That was the cause of the two goals there. And then it was Paredes who got the red card. And then the last time we played him, they took Paredes down, did his knee. So again, it was obviously it's not Andreas' fault, but we lose a big part of our team in key moments of the game. And sometimes it's really tough to recover from that mentally, physically, tactically. So, I think this time there are a couple plans in place, for all these circumstances. And hopefully, we don't get to that point. Hopefully we're up by a couple goals by that point.
And I know you guys kind of like to focus on yourselves, but just like you guys have been on a bit of a rough run, 7 matches without a win, New Mexico's gone 9 matches. The last time they won was actually the game against you guys in June in New Mexico. So how do you think it shapes this game, knowing that both of you are kind of trying to get back to those heights that you were at just a few months ago?
Yeah, I mean, again, like you said, it's focusing on us. Like if you look at the table, we're 3 points from, I don't know, 3rd place or something like that. We're also 3 points from 9th place. And so New Mexico's in the same boat. So regardless if it was against New Mexico or SAC or El Paso, Monterey, whoever, it's a must win for both squads. So it's going to be an entertaining game for neutrals and, hopefully entertaining for our fans on Saturday night.
And you're obviously usually a stalwart, a rock in defense, but you've had to undergo some changes recently with, Alex getting his injury. And it feels like the defense has been maybe a little more under pressure the last couple of weeks with not as much going forward to relieve that pressure. How have you felt from the defensive perspective the last few weeks? Obviously, you get a clean sheet and then you hold Detroit to 1 goal, but it's not like you weren't having to work for it.
Yeah, no, I mean, listen, playing defense is, in my opinion, the most difficult and most unglamorous part of the game. But that's what we signed up for. It's what we get paid to do. And obviously getting, decimated by injuries to key players never is a good thing. But, we have guys who have really stepped up, like Alexi now. Nelson's back. So we're getting a little bit of our mojo back, guys who are, more normally in the starting lineup. So I think it's been really good. Me and Alexi have been playing really well together. We got to control what we can control. And, defense is first. And then whatever happens offensively is it is going to happen.
And, you come back here after being 2 straight games on the road, you come back here to Toyota Field, a place where, you've had your problems. So first off, are you looking at, obviously, are you looking forward to coming back to the home pitch? And number 2, how do you start protecting that home field advantage and starting getting wins here at Toyota Field?
Yeah, listen, I wish that we could play all 34 games at Toyota Field. I think it's a fantastic stadium, fantastic fans, fantastic field. Everything that the grounds crew does sets us up for success. And this year we haven't kept up our side of the bargain playing at home, and we've let a lot of people down, including ourselves. So it's definitely something that we've been speaking about, keeping in the back of our mind. And again, it's about making little adjustments, whether it's tactically, mentally, emotionally, to kind of turn the tide for the last, 8 or 9 games left of the year.
And also, what makes New Mexico, you lost to them twice this year, what makes them why have they given you, I guess, such a hard time? Is it something they've done on the field or something else?
Yeah, I mean, they're a good team. They have really good players all over the pitch. I think they're kind of going through something similar where they've had a lot of rotation of guys who have usually been playing a lot, who haven't been playing. They've had a couple transfers in and out. So they're looking to revamp their squad and their season just like we have the last couple of months. And sometimes that's just how the game works. Some teams have your number, but we've done a lot to prepare for this game. We've, had a lot of intention and training with this game in mind throughout the last couple of months. And time for talk is done, and then come Saturday night, it's time to do what we do.
Is there any, common messaging or unifying goals or thoughts as we hit September, kind of going into the last third of the season?
Yeah, with the position that we're in, and especially in the Western Conference, like no one's really separated themselves. So there's a lot of really good opportunities for us to get 3 points, and those 3 points now it's almost must-win games. So the points mean more. I wish we weren't in this position. I think everyone wishes that we weren't in this position, but it's the reality of where we're at. So it's about finding ways to win, regardless of how it looks on the field, and ultimately 3 points is all that matters. So that's our focus now.
Heading into a match like this, what is the group staying grounded? What are the little things that are kind of going through the week?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anyone's, about staying grounded. I think everyone's pretty level-headed. We have no reason to have high egos or, thinking we're bigger than we are and getting too big for our boots because of where we're at in the table and kind of how things have been going. So everyone's humble, working hard, and I think there's a positive frustration within the group that we can do more. It's not a frustration, woe is us, we lost some guys and, sulking. It's a positive frustration that we're using to fuel us. And, hopefully, come Saturday, like I've said, that, we can put it all together.
You had 250 regular season appearance times with the league a couple weeks ago. I think you were only the 17th player in league history to hit that. So what did that hitting that milestone mean?
Yeah, it's great. I've been in this league for a long time. I've seen it grow a lot. Obviously, there's a lot of work to be done within the league to push the standards higher. So it's been great to be a part of the development and to be a part of SAFC and just San Antonio in general for the last 6 or 7 years. This is where dreams are made. So, 250 appearances, even though they weren't all 250 with SAFC, carries a lot of pride being a player like that at this type of club.